am the diamond leader of the Essential Island Living team in Maui, Hawaii. Although our team does span across all of the islands and into the States as well. Thank you so much for joining us today for our super special, amazing guest, Miss Lisa Zimmer. Just a quick few reminders for my team. We are invited to Jordan, Hui Aloha Isla's Crossline 8 p.m. class on pregnancy tonight as well. I posted that graphic. I'll post the link to register in the chat once Lisa gets started, but I just wanted to take that minute to remind you guys about that. Okay, so here we go. Guys, Lisa Zimmer is a Blue Diamond. I think I accosted her once at the Diamond Retreat in Utah. That's our only real experience face to face. She had a life-saving experience with doTERRA, and she has not stopped sharing doTERRA with other peers because of it. Her whole family is now part of her business. Her husband handles the financials and technology. Her 16-year-old son does video editing, marketing, and materials, art direction, and proofing. And in addition to her oils biz, Lisa specializes in creating amazing tools and systems to continually make this business easier for anyone and everyone to do. And I don't want to spend too much time talking, but a lot of you guys know that I forged my, my own way in this business. And I stumbled across Lisa a few years ago. I've done What Would Zimmer Do courses. I use a ton of her trifolds, her make and takes. This woman, and you guys always ask, where do you get graphics? I plug you into her free graphics group. Mandy Johnston, who I've also had on this call, her free graphics group. Like, these are the kind of women that just give so freely and so much of themselves. I'm going to get choked up because I don't think they realize how many people they impact. And she has certainly impacted my business. And I've shared many of her resources with you guys. So we are just so, so grateful and excited. And I'm going to shut up and let her start talking. I do want to say though, Lisa, I invited, my team, and then a ton of Crossline teams, and then some of my other Diamond friends who, like Denise is on here. I see her. I'm not sure if Lorinda made it, but I opened it up to them and their team. So we just have a ton of Crossline love here today. We're so grateful for your time, and I'm going to go ahead and make you a co-host just in case you need it. But otherwise, go ahead and take it away. Thank you.
Well, that was a pretty big introduction. I don't know if I can live up to that introduction, but I hope so. Well, you got me all teary-eyed before we even started, so thanks for that too. Well, I get my cup filled up from testimonials like that. So I was talking to my Blue Diamond account manager recently, and we were working through all kinds of stuff, structuring and solidifying and all this. And we hung up the phone from all this strategy call, and I get a testimonial from someone about, oh my gosh, I had quit doTERRA and I stumbled on your YouTubes, and now I'm back and I just hit silver, and thank you. And I screenshot that and sent that to Hayden, and I'm like, this is way cooler than solidifying Blue Diamond and going for presidential any day of the week. And he's like, really? And I'm like, oh yeah. Helping people see the vision and catch the vision that we caught early on excites me, whether someone's on my team or not. Because I feel like what my family went through, and I'll try to be brief about that, but what we went through was horrific, and coming out of it was so incredible and changed our lives and gave us purpose so much that I want everybody to have that, right? And we can't get oils in every home if I only help me and my team. How are we going to change the whole thing if we're all just working for ourselves? You know what I mean? And so I caught that vision a couple years into, I hit Diamond, and it was like, I don't know, 6 months or 8 months later. And I was like, I don't like doing this by myself with just my team. I met Lorinda. I want to do it with Lorinda. I met you. I want to do it with you. Like, I want us all to get excited, because when we all do it together, we do better, right? It's so easy now to share oils compared to 6 years ago. It was hard 6 years ago. Nobody'd heard of them. But now it's so easy because everybody's heard of them because we're all working together and talking about it and doing a great job. But all right, so anyway, I get really excited about this stuff. I was a successful real estate agent. I had been for 12 years. I'm super high functioning, go, 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 problem solving, love to get stuff done, love to see my name at the top of all the like, oh, who's in the top 1% of real estate? Like, I love all that stuff. I love competition. I love succeeding. And I got a cold, and it was August. And around here, it's like crazy allergy season in August, right? I'd always had allergies, asthma, eczema, IBS, anxiety, depression, chronic migraines, you name it, I had it. And that's when I was healthy. And I got the sinus infection, took the antibiotics and steroids, and on pill number 5, I ended up in a wheelchair with brain damage, unable to move my arms and legs. And our lives ended. Like, no more real estate. I was the breadwinner and supported my family. My husband helped me. Like, it was over. And it's so painful to even talk about today, because all I needed was some GX Assist, some On Guard soft gels, some oregano, right? Some breathe oil. And the next 1,000 days would not have been hell for me, right? It's so frustrating that we have set our society up to create sick people, right? So I was one of those victims. They kept me sick my entire life and on pills for things. I was in the wheelchair, couldn't move my arms or legs, couldn't think for myself, couldn't take care of myself. My mother had to take care of me. My husband, my 7-year-old, had to help take care of me. And it lasted almost 3 years. I needed the wheelchair for 7 months. I started learning about natural health and wellness. I knew nothing about it. It was not my world, folks. My world was McDonald's, Starbucks, frozen peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. It was not a health and wellness world. It was popping ibuprofen. It was popping pills. And I learned about natural health and wellness and diet, got on supplements, changed my diet, got out of the wheelchair. But I was still sick for 2 more years after that and never got better. It didn't matter. We spent every penny we had for traditional medical help, couldn't get any good help. $500,000 in lost wages and medical debt. Still not better. My best friend from kindergarten went to a silly little oils class at a stranger's house. She was the only one to show up, and she went so she could get a sample of Intune for ADHD for her son. And they were even going to cancel the class because no one RSVP'd. So this is why I teach never cancel a class ever, right? She showed up on the doorstep of this lady's house. She saw it on Facebook. This is why we post publicly on Facebook, right? So a stranger could show up that might end up enrolling Blue Diamond, right? So she got that sample for ADHD for her son for Intune, met me for lunch the next day, handed me the catalog and said, I met this lady. They told me some really crazy stories. And I wasn't able to put that ADHD medicine in my son's mouth because I was afraid something would happen to him like what happened to you. And I used that for him today. And he's been doing good this morning. So I think there might be something here. Why don't you call this lady? Right? And my friends sold everything back then. Baskets, candles, bags. Like, I was like, oh, geez, Julie, what are you selling now? And she wasn't even selling it, right? She just handed me the catalog. And I was like, oh, this is so dumb. What is a $30 bottle of oil going to do for me, right? $500,000 in medical debt. You've got to be joking. So I get home that night and I was like, fine, what's the worst that can happen? And I called the lady and she did the best enrollment ever, right? Because she was brand new. We're so good when we're brand new because we don't have all these mindset issues that we create for ourselves, right? So she was brand new, didn't know what she was doing. I said, hey, I went online and I read a little bit about this, about gut health, and I have brain damage. So I want this Digestin oil and this PDR Prime. She said, okay, great. We'll go ahead and order that. Here's the total. And it was the cost of Digestin, the cost of DDR, the membership included. And she didn't waste my time explaining 50 million other things. She said, okay, great. Let's go ahead and order that. I said, super duper. And it was at my house in a couple of days. I put that Digestin on my feet. I hadn't digested food properly in 2 years and 7 months. I weighed like 90 pounds, was gray. My hair had been falling out. No one in town would talk to me because I made them uncomfortable because I looked so sick. And that's how bad I was. Put that Digestin on my feet, and 3 days later, I started digesting food. 3 months later, I was 100% better. And I had not been able to work in 1,000 days. I was in so much pain that I just would cry, and I would actually wail. Has anybody ever thrown a cat in like the bath or tried to bathe a cat, and you know that sound they make, like that wailing cat sound? That's the sound I would make at night, crying and begging for Jesus to take me home because I was in so much pain every day. I couldn't take it, right? And that brown bottle of oil that my friend was so scared to tell me about because she was afraid to insult me, right? And give me that catalog, like she was scared to give it to me. She was intimidated. And she saved my life. And she didn't even sell oils yet. My friend that gave me that catalog, right? So I got better. And my husband said, what are you going to do with yourself? Because I couldn't, I'm super high functioning. I was like ready to go. Let's go. I don't know what I want to do with my life, but I'm ready to go. And I'm not going back to real estate because it wasn't positive or healthy. It was all about money and status. And I didn't want to live in that world anymore. I said, I'm going to do this oil thing. And he said, okay. I've seen how happy it makes you. You're making all these rollers for all your friends and your mom, and you're helping everybody. And we can do it as long as it doesn't cost us out of pocket more than $100 to $200 a month for you to do this as a business. Let's do it. You can do it. So our mindset was, I'm going to do this and change the world as long as it doesn't cost me more than $100 to $200 a month, right? Not like how much money can I make? Like, I'm going to do this as long as it doesn't cost us more out of pocket than I can afford. And so I was ready. And I started just reading things on Facebook. My enroller kind of disappeared. I was on my own. And I Googled it. I read things on Facebook. And I figured out how to enroll a friend. And luckily, I had 100 in my LRP. And a $22 check showed up. My husband was like, what's that for? I'm like, oh my gosh, I have no idea. And then I texted my friend and I said, I just got money. I think there's something here. Like, I was a business person before all that, right? I said, I think there's something here. I think there's some kind of business thing here. I think we can do something with this, Julie. Julie hadn't enrolled yet, right? And I said, I think there's something here. And she saved those text messages and we have them today. And I said, we're going to do something. We're going to help people. We're going to change the world. We're going to make sure that kids like Nathan don't have to get on that medicine. People like me don't have to get on that medicine and lose 3 years of memories of their son. Like, I have no memories of my son for 3 years. I only have pictures. And somebody's going to pay us to do it. I was like, holy crap. And so we started. And I wasted my time selling some rollers for a few months because I didn't get it. I didn't understand the business model. And I still hit silver in 4 months. Like, there was no one I didn't tell about doTERRA. You could have been a stranger on the street and I was going to tell you about doTERRA. I emailed my entire address book, and that included Old Navy, Gap, Nordstrom's. If you were in my address book, you got an email about doTERRA. Like, it didn't matter. I emailed everyone. I just didn't stop. And I tell people, I said, I think part of what helped me so much was some residual brain damage because I had no fear. Like, we'd already been through so much. I didn't have that, oh, they might not like me, or they might say no, or, oh, I'm scared, they might make fun of me. I didn't have any of all that, right? Because I couldn't even muster that insecurity. And I think that was the best thing that ever happened to me, right? Not just getting better, but the whole process, like not having any fear that we make up, right? We make up all these fearful things on our own. And the way the girl enrolled me, she was clueless and didn't know what she was doing. And it was the best enrollment ever. And it's what I teach everybody to do now, right? The 60-second enrollment. Stop making it hard. And we just never stopped. I taught my first class and cried the whole time and couldn't do it. And told my husband, I said, I can't do it. I cried the whole time. I had such anxiety. It was still toxin-induced anxiety. I knew what I wanted to say, but I couldn't get the words out and didn't feel comfortable with lingo that I heard because I didn't understand it, right? I didn't understand LRP, PV, CPTG. It took me probably 2 years to remember certified pure therapeutic grade, right? And I said, we got to find a YouTube video of someone teaching a class. You got to memorize it and you got to teach it. And he laid down after the first class and watched a video from Callie Wilson off of YouTube. And he watched it 17 times in a week. And he memorized it and he started teaching every class. And we started teaching classes 2, 3, 4, 5 nights a week. Whether anybody showed up or not, we had a class. We went to the libraries. I taught 77 classes in 60 days to reach Diamond. And we never stopped. And then I hit Diamond and I was like, I'm really tired. I don't like this anymore. And he's like, I said, I think I'm going to quit and go back to real estate. I wore myself out because I was just so excited. Go, 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 go. I also wore my team out because they weren't like me. And they were like, we can't be like you. You don't make it fun. We can't work from the time we get up till the time we go to bed like you do. And I said, you know what? This isn't for me anymore. And he said, you know what? The doTERRA saved your life. I think it is still for you. You just have to figure out which parts are for you and how to do it so that you love it again. And so I said, you know what? I don't want to teach 2-hour classes every single night because my team doesn't want to because I made them too hard. And my husband was a great teacher. He was too great. He was fabulous. He was amazing. He worked that room. He was funny. He's charismatic. So not one single person on my team wanted to teach class because they wanted Zimmer to do it. I said, I'm tired. I can't do it anymore. I started teaching classes by then. There were times we were both teaching in 2 different places. I said, okay, team, I'm not going to teach classes anymore for you. We're going to figure out how everyone can do this. And we came up with trifold, read it. You don't have to be amazing. You don't have to know anything. Read it. A brand new person can do it. And I said, we're going to make it fun. So let's make some stuff and do some make and takes. That was kind of an accident. I stepped back and just did a make and take for fun. And we'd had at that point like 2 or 3 people showing up at our classes, you know, because it dwindles. How many times can you teach an essential oils 101 class at your own house and have, you know, different people show up, right? I did a make and take for fun. And I think I had 16 people show up at the first one, and people were sitting on the floor. It was like sitting room only. And I looked around, I'm like, what the heck just happened? And I turned to Scott and I said, Chicks Dig DIY. And I said, there is something here. And I saw it, like people were like posting on Facebook about making bath bombs and having like bath bomb parties for fun, not doTERRA related, not any sales thing related. And people were showing up in droves. I said, there's something here. And so we started doing make and takes on different topics and packed the house every week with a different make and take topic. And so my favorite person ever is Lorinda. Is Lorinda on here? So I had created Lisa Zimmer Essential Oils Biz Tips. I'd gotten into the Diamond board and I always have tons of stuff to say, as you can tell. And I have all these ideas from marketing because that's my background. And I was in the Diamond board and I was like, oh, I just did this and this worked. And it was like all the time I was posting stuff about marketing and tools and hey, use this handout I just made. It worked great. And I felt like I was being annoying in the Diamond board. So I broke away and created my own group, Lisa Zimmer Essential Oils Biz Tips, so I could vomit all my ideas in there and not annoy anyone. And I was getting ready to post all my tools in Biz Tips, and Lorenda's like, "What are you doing? You can't keep helping all of us for free. You're not building your business when you're helping all of us. Like, you have to charge for them or you won't be able to keep helping us. You'll just be helping us all the time, you and your husbands and your assistant, and y'all just be helping us all." And so we created our tools and started sharing them with everyone. And the messages started coming in about how just being able to help someone enroll in 60 seconds, or being able to hand a stranger a trifold and you get home and they enrolled themselves. And then we got addicted to that. And so now we're addicted to both. So we just work from the time we get up till the time we go to bed. So that's our story. And now we're here. And we love telling everybody about our story because we want to get people excited about sharing the oils, because we want these in every home. We don't want anyone to go through what we went through. It was totally unnecessary that we had to go through all that. And we want people to know about the easiest, like our 60-second enrollment script is free, it doesn't cost anything. Like every single person needs to know how to do that. This business isn't hard, we make it hard, right? And we need to teach people how to share and build doTERRA in a way so it's incorporated into anyone's lifestyle. It doesn't matter, right? A lot of my team work full time. When we transitioned to this, boom, they all exploded. They all solidified silver. They all started hitting gold, right? And we hit Blue Diamond without even trying. It was totally unexpected. And because we made it so simple, anyone could do it. It didn't have to be 50 million steps to enroll someone and 50 million steps to follow up, and right? So what kind of questions do you have for me?
Well, first, I just want to say, I don't know, but I saw a lot of people, including myself, wiping their eyes. Thank you for being so vulnerable and real and sharing your story. I had known parts of it, but it's different that, having you live here, sharing it with us. So thank you so much. It's so inspiring. And there's tons of comments that are just flooding the chat about how grateful they are. I just want to say to my team, that I recently purchased Lisa's and Lisa, you might have to tell me what it's called, but basically your Facebook units for both the customer group and the builders group.
Yep. FAQ system.
The FAQ system. Thank you. Yep. And so that is something we literally just implemented maybe 2 weeks to 3 weeks ago. So I know it's something new, but when Lisa's referencing something like the 60-second, it's all there. It's all in the Facebook group. And all of her resources. I got my oils now what handout that you want to give all your new enrollments is there as well.
All
so
free.
I wanted to just thank you and tell you how powerful your story has been. And I'm bummed Lorinda's not here. Lorinda, Denise, and I met each other at the retreat. We ended up riding the gondola up, and then we had a very interesting hat experience that we shared in as well. But we've been connecting, and so just so grateful for all of that cross-line connection and love, and cannot stress that their abundance mindset, there is more than enough for everyone in this world, in this business. And I know for our teams specifically being on an island, it does get kind of tricky with everybody being related and connected somehow, but just always remember that the customer has the right to choose who they want to enroll with, and that there's more than enough out there for everyone. So I know some of you that are visiting that maybe don't live here, but I truly believe that, and I think that it's our job as leaders to emulate that, and you clearly have. And I'm glad that all those years ago Lorinda told you, Lisa, stop giving away your stuff for free. And can I just say that everything that you do have is so affordable and so reasonably priced that even the newest elites can purchase your this trifold is the trifold that everyone should have. This, I don't even have business cards. You're living doTERRA.
It is a new business card, isn't it?
The best business card ever. So I'm going to shut up again to let anyone that has a question, please feel free to unmute yourself and ask Lisa while we have her here.
Yeah. I'll click chat. I don't know if there's any questions in chat. Oh, Fraser says, I give out the LLV trifold with all my enrollment gifts now. Yay! Makes it so much easier, doesn't it? So I love it.
That's a good one. I don't have that one yet. I have to get that one.
So I will, I mean, not to toot my own horn, but that's really good. So here's what I do, just to help some people understand what I do. So my top five strengths are analytical, strategic, achiever, ideation, and individualization. And so there's good and bad to both of that. The good is I can come up with all the ideas. I analyze how they work for every single kind of customer, every single kind of builder, how it works for doTERRA. Does everyone benefit? And make it so that my tools answer all the questions so that you have less work to do. And then I finish it and get it out, right? It also means like I never stop thinking. So I'm always problem solving. And so I kept seeing it was 3 years into doTERRA and I still hadn't found a tool, not a product guide, not a brochure from doTERRA, not a brochure anyone made, that actually told people how to get their own account. And so that's when I created the trifold. I was like, why are we keeping it a secret how to actually order the doTERRA and get started? And so what I've been doing is over the years, just collecting like, what are the problems? Well, people keep saying, oh, what's that stat for LLV again? How many people are vitamin deficient? Oh, what's the stat on how much nutrition is in that LLV again? And I just spent a year finding all that stuff we all want to know all the time, but we keep losing it because it's in this video and it's on that website and somebody presented that. And I got it all in the LLV trifold for like 12 bucks. Right? And you just print as many as you want forever. And it saved me so much time, right? It's even got the slow start directions that we all want. And anyway, I get excited when I can solve problems for people and make their pain go away. They're building pain, right? That's what the tools do. It makes your building pain go away.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, just a lot more comments. Noel says I have ideation and can relate to that. Denise said Lorinda's gonna be sorry to miss this, and I think she will too. But anybody else have any? Because I want Lisa to also, I mean, she's mentioned them, but I do want her to share a little bit more about where you can get some of her
Sure.
you know, her resources. And then also she does, I kind of had mentioned what would Zimmer do course. And are you on the 10th or 11th? Where are you at, girl?
We're right in between. So 10 is done and we're going to launch 11 July 18th. So WWZD 11, and it stands for What Would Zimmers Do? We just go on during that period and tell you every day what we're doing. Um, we're I'm into marketing, sales, closing. We teach you closing scripts. We give you marketing tools. We give you graphics. Like, oh, gee, today doTERRA surprised us with, BOGOs that we weren't prepared for. And I give you all the graphics and how to close it and just real life stuff. Like what we're doing as Blue Diamonds, like doTERRA, might drop a surprise. All right, guys, here's what we're going to do. Here's how we're going to maximize it. Go use my graphic, like when Healthy Essentials came out, a WWZD was going on. I'm like, okay, sweet. I know how to analyze this. You're going to market this kit as 5 oils free. Does everybody know that here? The Healthy Essentials kit is 5 oils free, right? And this month it's 6 oils free, right? Saves $174.50. So it launched during BOGO time. And I was like, okay, we're calling it the new BOGO kit during BOGO time. Everybody go sell the BOGO kit because lemon, lavender, balance, peppermint, and breathe are all free in that kit. You're not paying for them. And so that's where my mind goes for marketing. And I just spoon feed everybody that information during that time. Really, they've taken off. The WWZDs have been going on for about a year and a half. But they really took off when things shut down in March. We happened to have one being launched. And so we revamped the whole thing and started teaching people how to build online through just posting something. And I didn't know people weren't doing that, to be honest. I got so tired of teaching in-person classes that I was only teaching 1 or 2 in-person classes a month. And I've been doing everything through YouTube and Facebook and just calling people or whatever. And so in WWZD, I was really shocked. Like, people didn't know, hey, just go post this. I'll tell you what to post. It makes people like and comment, and you say, awesome, I'll PM you. And you start having a conversation. I don't care about what. And I teach you how to turn it into doTERRA and enroll them on the spot in 60 seconds. And people had never heard of doing that. Now it's just amazing that we haven't done trainings on how to enroll in any kind of setting.
Yeah.
And so at What Would Zimmers Do, the last WCD 8, 9, and 10 have been teaching people how to I have everybody enrolled before the online class, right? I invite them to the class and turn it into the enrollment. And but teaching people how to do that. Plus then, okay, doTERRA ran out of shampoo today. How are we going to spin that and make it, how are we going to spin that and make it even better, right? So everything.
We really had to pivot as a team because we had pretty much always been a need a need team as well. And so, and I am doing Diamond Club for the first time with the new rules. And actually, Lisa, I mean, this is not anything I could take credit for. My team currently is #1 in Diamond Club. So
yay, way to go.
So we clearly were able to pivot quickly and adapt, but you're right, not everybody could make that transition, and I could see how that would really hold people back. And then Adrienne mentioned, which is totally true, and I want to say I've heard you say it, but I've never internalized that. That was a huge juicy nugget. If you guys missed it, 5 free oils.
Right?
That kit. When you say it like that, well, if you get this kit, like I love this small bottle, big bottle, that's the language that Lisa uses. But with that particular kit, 5 free oils. And then this month you said 6 free. And Adrienne said, and actually with Diamond Club, 7 free.
Yep. Or 8 if they
if they bumped it up and got some LLV and stuff. So that was a huge juicy nugget. And if you guys don't start incorporating that, then you need to. So
I like to help people find the words that make customers take action. And that's the words, right? Healthy habits, if you do the math, healthy habits kit for US is basically the 5 oils in that kit are basically free.
And that's frankincense. There's a frankincense for free in there.
The 5 oils in that are pretty much free, right? It's 120 for the supplements, 150 something with Deep Blue Rub, and your membership's 35. That hits you to the 195. So basically all 5 of those oils are free, or you can say 4 because it's a few dollars shy. But that's what customers need to hear, and that helps them make a decision like right now. Because of course, then I say, well, right now in that kit, 5 oils are free, because that could be out or gone tomorrow. We don't know. We don't know when they're going to take stuff away or run out of stock. Yeah. Right? Create that sense of urgency. But finding those are words where you can see that. Like, I enrolled someone today. A friend of mine messaged and said, "Hey, I'm working with this girl, Jamie, and she needs oils for anxiety. What should I recommend for her?" And my friend doesn't do business. I said, "I recommend that you have her call me or text me." And see how I didn't tell her what to recommend to her? Because she's not going to enroll her. She's not going to do it right. She's not going to change your world. And that's not going to help anybody. That's why I recommend you have her text me. She texted me. And she's like, "Do you have oils for anxiety?" I'm like, "I sure do." And I knew she was pregnant too. And I texted her back and forth and enrolled her in 30 to 45 seconds. Right? So they said, "Oh, for you're pregnant. Awesome. You need the kit with the supplements for pregnancy. Those are included, and anxiety." She has no idea what's coming. She just knows that I'm going to solve her problems for pregnancy and anxiety, right? And that's the healthy habits kit. And I'm like, "Oh, and you get 5 free oils with that one." And then I have another kit right now where you get 6 free oils, but no supplements. Explain nothing. She's like, "Okay, I want the one with the supplements." I said, "Okay, great. Here's the link generator." And I got an email 60 seconds later. I'm like, I want people to realize that's really how easy our business is. All this other stuff you're doing, you're just making it harder to be duplicated, right? You're putting way more work in. That's what I did for 2 years. I made it too hard. I did every single presentation in person. Enrolled 400 people in person, did every membership overview in person. I do them all now over the phone in 10, 15 minutes using I Have My Oils Now What. Like, I just want people to see, you can really, by pivoting, right, and seeing that it really is this easy, you can do so much more. Michael says, I love how you help us find our words and our verbiage. Yes, I love to say, I want to help you find your words and your way. Because like that lady today, she was selling jewelry retail. So I enrolled her while she was standing at the counter at her job, right? And I was getting ready to hop in the shower. So I'm sitting in my bathroom naked, enrolling someone, right? And she's at work. Like, that's how we need to teach people. That's how we can work and do doTERRA and build these amazing businesses and incorporate them into our everyday complicated life, right? It can be that easy.
Yes, Michael, go ahead. Unmute yourself, please.
Lisa, I wanted to say thank you too for your vendor event, like how you have us set it up. It was so simple and we were able to share it with our group. But for our Crossline friends, if you haven't been able to find a good like way to set up your vendor table, and Lisa literally takes it through like how to bring somebody in, how you walk them through. It was such a beautiful setup, and I had 2 builders with me. This was our first event that we did, and we did really good in February.
Good. Yay. Well, we were doing terrible at vendor events, so that's how I had to figure something out. I was like, we're doing these vendor events and nobody's enrolling anyone. And so I was like, we're going to figure out a process. We're going to come up, we got to tell a story, right? Let's get
It's
them
so
in.
good.
Finally, we started enrolling people to vendor events. Like the first one we did where we used the vendor event package for my website and set it up with the pictures, and then helped people that were, you know, just wandering in and not super committed, even just enroll them with the intro kit for $55. We went from enrolling maybe 0 or 1 at a vendor event to the first one we did. I can't remember now because there've been a lot. It was either like 12 or 14 or 16 people at the first vendor event we did when we did it that way. And I was like, oh, what just happened? I love it. Well, good. Thank you very much for sharing.
But I wanted to ask you too, what is the difference between all your WWZD courses? Because I haven't been able to try them yet. I just watch all your YouTube videos. So I want to know what the difference is between the first one to the 11.
Okay, so 11 hasn't started yet, so order it now for it's on early bird pricing. So what we'll do is we start July 18th, and I just come in and tell you every single day what we're doing and why. Well, it's the 18th of the month. Here's what I'm working on my business and why in a normal world. If doTERRA drops any specials like a mid-month promo, I'll teach you how we're going to do it. I provide graphics. I'm not sure if there's a free tool in that one. In most of them, until recently, I offered a free tool. So like they are $29 or $39, and you end up getting like hundreds of dollars in graphics and tools that you can't get without purchasing them outside of it. And then the last couple, 8, 9, and 10, I've started doing Zooms just like this. So everybody in there gets to come on and say you were doing the 60-second enrollment and it didn't work. We replay that scenario and we talk about, okay, what'd they say? What'd you say? Why didn't it work? I had this objection. Here's how you can overcome that. They said they use YL or Young Living. Okay, here's how you can overcome that. Here's how you can get them in anyway. They said they have to talk to their husband. Here's what you can say to get them to enroll anyway. Oh, I have to think about it. And we do all that personally. We started that with WWZD 8, 9, and 10. And so there were videos every couple of days where we answer everybody's existing problems and questions. And that's been amazing. And so it's videos, it's posts on what to do to build your business. It's marketing tips. Like we teach people how to write love notes, which sounds really dumb and simple, but people don't do it, right? So you write your customers love notes, right? Things that we haven't always dove into in Biz Tips, my free big group, because it's the nitty gritty of what I'm really doing that day. Well, this is the month where I send out and get ready to do calendar magnets for your refrigerator. Here's what my calendar magnets are. Here's where I buy them. And here's the marketing intent behind it. So like to give you an idea for that, people are like, what's a calendar magnet, right? And I did those in real estate. And I still to this day, I walked into someone's house the other day, a friend, and they still had my real estate calendar magnet on the refrigerator from 2011. So guess who's top of mind awareness for them when they need something? me, right? Doesn't matter if it's oils or real estate or spoons, I'm on everybody's refrigerator, right? And so things like that, things that people just don't even know exist as far as marketing. So WWZD is like really what the Zimmers do. My husband's also on there, so he talks about his role in doTERRA and helps husbands find their footing for what role they could play in the doTERRA business, because so many, you know, we run with the business, and then most of the time husbands join later once they see us have success. And he helps talk through and answer questions for husbands, or how to approach your husband to win him over, just all kinds of stuff. We problem solve, and it's all just firsthand personal. The ones that are done, right, that I'm not literally in there with you talking to you in real time anymore, still go back and watch those, because just the free tools alone are like hundreds of dollars in free tools. And like I said, they're like $39, $29 if you order it before we start, and $39 after the fact, like super cheap. Someone looked at it and got done and told her friend, and she said, I just got all this stuff. What do you think this lady charged for this? And the woman's like, $2,500. And she's like, nope, $29. You're signing up with me for the next one. And I'm like, do I need to raise my price? I don't want to make $1 million helping people. I want people to be able to afford to do it. Like the first course I ever took was like $167 for something, and I never even finished it. I did get a good nugget out of it, right? It inspired me to create my FAQ system because it's something they said, which has been life-changing. But I don't want to make $1 million in tools. I want to help everybody not quit doTERRA because they're making it too hard. Because if people keep quitting because they're making it too hard, we cannot get oils in every home, right? And that's the end goal. We have to get oils in every home, or we're never going to change this broken healthcare system. And so I won't ever raise my prices. I got to do it, right? Because it's keeping me from presidential. Because I love doing it. But it also, you know, there's people on the end side that's like, oh, I lost my handout. Can you resend that to me, right? We have someone full-time that's all she does every single day is answer everybody's questions. Oh, I can't get this to print. And she's helping you print, right? And that's paying her bill, basically. But we want to show up every day, and we want to show people that when you show up every day, you're successful, because people know you're there and can count on you. Positive mindset, yes.
Thank you so much, Lisa. As a participant in those What Would Zimmers Do, I have to say, like, it's not like a scripted training. I mean, obviously, I know they have an idea of the big things that they want to get across to us as builders, but it's very much like, this is what we do on the daily as a diamond or Blue Diamond. And then when doTERRA drops something or something goes out of stock, Lisa gives you all the tools to pivot with it and how to spin it and turn it or maximize it or whatever. So it's just,
I'm running. I'm running too, and I just show you, I'm showing up in my robe, because it's like they just dropped BOGOs during a WWZD where we had everything planned out, and now we all got to stop what we're doing and do BOGOs too. So we just show you exactly what we're doing. If it's chaotic, we share with you, hey, this is chaotic right now. Here's how not to make it chaotic. Here's how you're going to start being prepared for this stuff. So like BOGOs was still easy, because we teach you how to make it easy, right? We make everything simple, because who doesn't work? People either have 5 kids or work full time, or, right? No one starts doTERRA with the perfect scenario, you know, tons of free time and nothing else to do, and right? That's a dream.
real quick, can you maybe say, and then also put in the chat, because Lisa offers a ton of free resources in her Facebook group. I think there's one and there's maybe 2. There's one that's just for graphics, is that right?
Yep.
And then
Yep.
one that's for builders. What were the names of those again?
Yep. So my big Facebook group, that's one with 32,000 wellness advocates in it. That's all free. So that's Lisa Zimmer, Essential Oils, Biz Tips. And you just go into units when you get in there, and it teaches you everything. Here's a 60-second enrollment. It's free. Here's a video to watch if you're a video learner. Here's script if you're a script learner. And it just goes through. Here's how to do a vendor event. Here's how to do a class. Here's how to overcome objections. Here's how to do an invitation. Like just everything you could ever need. And then Oils Biz Go Graphics is our free graphics group. I didn't know how to make a graphic, and so I was getting frustrated, and so I created that group so that people could just offer their free graphics. Like there's creatives that love to make graphics and share them with others. So I was like, we need to be friends. And so we all just contribute and everybody gets to use whatever they want for free.
So awesome. So super awesome. And I'm gonna, for those of you that are on my team and in our builders group, what Lisa's talking about in her biz group is similar in terms of the FAQ system. Like that's all there, that's in her group. But again, there's 30,000 something people in her biz group. So there's definitely a lot to be learned and, you know, gain value from. So all right, you guys, any other questions? Anybody else want to ask anything or share anything before we let Lisa go? We're just so grateful. Go ahead, Mom. Unmute yourself.
I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I was so moved by how you expressed wanting to be abundant minded, and also that when you told your story about, you know, you're caught with all the pills, you know, and I know what you're saying, and it just, thank you for being so real.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You guys are going to keep making me cry. So this month we are celebrating, for me, I've been on medications since I was 4 years old and I'm 48. And this month we are celebrating 6 years of being prescription free. And I don't even use ibuprofen or Tylenol anymore. So I'm so excited to share that lifestyle with my son, right? He just turned 16 and he doesn't remember any of that. So all he knows for any kind of, you know, staying healthy or digestive upset or anything, all he knows is doTERRA. And I just cannot wait to create a world like that for everyone. So I really, really, really want everyone to join me in this journey on making that happen. And we can't do it by ourselves, right? We have to do it together. We really do.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
So I already signed up for your WWDZ
Yep.
11.
Yeah.
Now, I know you got 10, 9, 8. If there was one other class to recommend, which one would it be? Actually, I got 10 and 11. If there's another class to recommend, yeah.
9.
9? Okay,
Yep.
so 9, 10, 11.
Yep. 8 was when we just started getting our footing on, like, because we had WWZD ready and then COVID happened. So we weren't planning on teaching all about online classes. And so by 9, we were like, okay, here's how you do it. Post this, get a communication channel going, get them into your Facebook chat. Here's how to start a conversation and enroll them in 60 seconds before you even have the class. Like, don't send people the Zoom link to the class, withhold it from them so they have to talk to you, and all that stuff we really dove in 9. 8, 9, and 10 are like the 3 best WWZDs to start with for sure.
Perfect. And then one more question. You know, you have the trifold and the make and takes.
Yep.
If you were to pick which trifold, because you got a couple trifolds and then you have a bunch of make and takes, but what are the ones to do to start out enrolling? Which one do you recommend?
Intro to doTERRA. And so it looks just like this. It's called Living doTERRA Naturally on the front. Get that one. That's the one that you need. I teach my classes from it. I hand it to Uber drivers. I leave it at restaurants with, you know, a deep blue rub and a love note. Everywhere. It's in my purse everywhere I go. The Intro to doTERRA, Living Naturally. Talks about the kids and people enroll themselves from it, right? So that for sure. And then my favorite make and takes right now are Healthy Habits and Master Your Metabolism. Because tell me, anyone who doesn't need to create a healthy habits lifestyle that includes our supplements every day, right? or who isn't having troubles with weight right now from being quarantined. Yeah. So those are my
Thank
two
you.
favorites. Yep, you're welcome.
So before we let Lisa go, I just want to put this out there, okay? And I didn't really talk to Lisa about this, but you guys all know me. Those of you that know me know that I always want to lead with integrity and transparency. There are many different ways to build this business. Lisa clearly has a mission to make it as simple as possible. I would say that I've built my business more like this, with not necessarily the 60-second enrollment, but more need any classes, but not overcomplicating it. And I know that a lot of us are, I'm too, in oil games, and there's so much great value there. I love the ongoing product education. I guess what I'm trying to say is that I know this could be somewhat conflicting for many of us that are doing those things. There is not that, it doesn't mean to just stop and abandon that. There's so much value to get from the highest ranking person in doTERRA. But I also want to be honest, and like I had a few leaders saying like, oh, I mean, I'm stoked you're bringing Lisa, but it's very different. It is, and that's okay. You have to find you in this business, and I wouldn't be doing a service to you if I only told you about one way. This is the one way, do it this one way. That's not fair to you, okay? So you have to go out there and do your due diligence. But please, if you're doing oil games, don't stop. There's so much value to that. If you're listening to the daily mentor calls, don't stop. There's so much value. But if somebody is ready to enroll, please don't tell them, wait, I have to sample you first.
Yeah, thank you. Right?
Okay? That's my big thing. There is so much value, but do not hijack your business by thinking that there's only every person that you come into contact with is going to be different. Some of those people will need a sample, and that's okay. But still, so many of what Lisa's taught me has helped me learn and grow. And so it's really important to me that I put that out there and say that, because I am not asking you all to quit this and do this.
There's no one thing.
There's no one thing.
There's just not.
Yeah.
I present everything to my team,
yeah,
and they decide what they like.
That's
Because
right.
you're going to pick, oh, I liked this from this, and this. And, oh, I just went to leadership and learned from this person, this person, this person. I'm going to take this. I like that. And you're going to create what you love in your process. But the key is to create the process so that someone can duplicate you. When I started, I was like, okay, what's the process? And they're like, oh, just love on them. I'm like, what the heck does that mean? I'm like, what do I do first? What do I do second? What do I do third? And within the first month, I wrote a training manual, right? It was a 3-ring binder training manual. So I'm like, I can't just go tell people love on people. They're not business people. They don't know how to cold call. They don't have the confidence to just email everyone. They don't know to make the names list. And so find that process. If your process is mentor calls and then trifold and an online class, and you do that, and then you teach that. The key, though, is don't make yourself the expert, network yourself. That's what I did wrong. In the first 2 years, I made my whole team dependent on me. I pretended to be the expert because I thought that's what I was supposed to be. If they wanted to know about Facebook building, I tried to learn it and then teach it. Nope. I say, I like this person to learn Facebook building on your business page. You go take her class. Not mine, because I don't teach that. Like, don't try to be the expert in everything. Just know where you're sending them to. Like, be the traffic director. I love that. Because everybody's going to do different. My best friend has never taught an in-person class ever, and she's Diamond. Right? Never taught a single one. I enrolled 400 people. I say belly to belly. You say knee to knee, right? Everybody's going to do it different. You have to find your words and your way, and there are so many incredible people. That's what I also like to teach in WWZD too. I'm not the smartest one in the group. I'm just the one that got us all together. And there are people collaborating and contributing in that group and have amazing ideas. So I say, here's my engagement post today. Share yours in the comments. And there'll be other people with like, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so much better. I'm using that next week. Like collaborate, right? Again, we can do it all better together. There isn't one thing, which is why doTERRA lets us, right? This is unusual for doTERRA to let all these different leaders sell tools and do training programs. They're not saying y'all have to do empowered success because they know that there isn't one thing for every person. We're all different. We all have different skill sets. Don't you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. 1,000%. And that's why, although so many of us are invested in that right now, I'm not ever going to prescribe. I'm not like you. I'm not like Fraser. You know, I'm not like everybody else. And that's what makes this business so amazing and special. And so everybody has to take and glean off of others. Noelle, who's a fellow Diamond and a friend of mine on Oahu, said, you know, I feel like when someone starts overcomplicating, it's because they aren't finding their own way yet. Truly, all of us have found success when we're doing it our way. And most times, that's the most simple for us. And that's the other key. What's simple for me might not be simple for somebody else. And so, you know, let's just keep empowering everybody to help them blaze their own trails. And like Tara said, we rise by raising others up. And I truly believe that. And that's why I'm so grateful, Lisa, that you took your time today to share with us your story, that we got to connect with you, that all of these other Crossline friends from all across the country came in and joined us today. And yeah, we're just so grateful. Anybody else wanna say anything before we wrap it up?
You rock, Lisa. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's nice.
Good to see you. You really do. You're very special and you're very giving, and I just appreciate you.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, everyone, thank you so much again for showing up for yourselves, for showing up for your community, for showing up for your businesses. We so appreciate, especially Lisa's time today, but all of you that make your businesses a priority so that you can go back and be of service to everyone that already has doTERRA and who does not have it yet. Thank you to all of our new friends that we have on this class or this call. I know I don't know all of you, but we're so grateful that you are here and spent time with us as well. Jan and Precious, and just naming a few names of people that I don't know personally. So God, Lisa, thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, thanks for inviting me. This was awesome. Invite me anytime. That was fine. I promise to listen next time and not talk the whole time.
No, that's what you were here for. Your story was so powerful, so moving. And, you know, I have to be honest, also don't overwhelm yourself with Lisa's resources. You know, get in the next What Would Zimmer Do? Check it out. I know Adrienne, though. She's going to go listen to all of 10 and 9 before you get started with 11. So she's fine. But the rest of you, stop overwhelming yourselves. You know, if you are in oil games right now, just everyone needs this trifold, the Living doTERRA Naturally trifold. You don't need business cards. This is what you need. And then sign up for the next
Start with that. Yeah.
Yeah, start with that, and maybe the next What Would Zimmer Do, because that will end. Don't go and buy everything as like, I need to go buy LLV today. I'm going to go buy LLV today. You know, they just came out with an amazing adaptive one, Mandy and Lisa, that I'm going to look into. But take your time, be kind to yourself in this business, because the last thing you want to do is burn yourself out. Try to do 50 million things. None of them are going to work well, and then you're going to quit. And that's definitely not what we want to see. Okay. All right. I am very soapboxy too, Lisa, so I apologize. I love
it.
I love all of you. I'm so grateful. Have a wonderful day. For those of us on our team, oh yes, picture. Yes, for sure. We always do a picture. Thank you, my people. Yes, it is recorded, Precious. Let me know whose team you're on and I'll be sure to get them the recording. Okay. Thanks for turning on your cameras and smiling. Where's Tosh? Oh, there's La'a. Okay, 1, 2, 3, smile. And then we have another screen, so keep smiling because you might be on the second one. 1, 2, smile. Oh, I love you
That's a
all
good
so,
idea.
so great. Oh, we do it every time.
I
So
just-
my leaders remind me to don't forget the picture. So
I need a copy of those if you get time to send me one.
well, I will just messenger them to you. Okay, Precious, I'll
Thanks,
be sure to
everybody.
get it to Ashley. The call is recorded. I'll get it to your leaders. Have a great day. Don't forget pregnancy and birth class tonight at 8 p.m. huialohaila.com to RSVP. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Lisa.
Bye.
Oh my
Love you,
God.
Lisa. Love you, Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thanks, Lisa.
Thanks, Lisa. Bye.